It's Damian from Marketing Food Online, and in this video, I'm actually going to give you 10 tips to help you create a truly profitable spice subscription box business. And believe it or not, spices are a huge industry, bringing in billions of dollars a year. And why a subscription business can actually create monthly revenue you could have never even imagined just by selling online. And I'm going to get into those 10 tips right now. All right, so welcome back. And as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm actually going to go over 10 tips to help you create and start a profitable spice business online. But it's not just selling spices individually and getting a single transaction. It's actually creating a subscription business. Subscription boxes have been blowing up for the past 10 years, but a lot of times they are not food related, and it's a challenge to create really unique subscription boxes that are filled with food style products. But I'm actually going to give you 10 tips to help you get started, because we at our candy company have created multiple subscription boxes. Actually, we have about 30 of them, and they bring in a tremendous amount of revenue every single month. What's so great about it is that it's actually reoccurring revenue, and it's bringing in money every single month over month. So we've got 30, as I mentioned. We have some that are chocolate coated Oreos. We have gift boxes of chocolates. We do chocolate covered pretzels. We do a cookie of the month. We have a butt cake of the month. We also do a cake of the month. We have a variety of baked goods and candies and snacks that we literally offer on a monthly basis. And it's great because it brings in a consistent revenue stream every single month, aside from what we do every day with the single transactions. But I'm going to go over a few platforms that you can actually sell and create these subscription business on, and some tips on how to package and even price your spice business. And before we do, as always, if you're brand new to Marketing Food Online, definitely hit that subscribe button. That has over 900 videos to help you create a food business, get a food truck up and running, and create a packaged food product and get it either online. You can sell on Amazon or Etsy or eBay, or even on your own website. So let's dive into it. What are these 10 tips and how can they make your spice business grow? So really quick, if you get into a subscription business, it's actually going to be several reasons why it's really beneficial for your business. Number one, as I mentioned, it creates a constant stream of revenue, and that's going to create a lot of cash flow for your business. So selling a product online in a single transaction idea and concept is fantastic, and it's great. And you can definitely do that either on eBay or Etsy or Amazon, and even creating your own website through like Wix or Shopify or Weebly. But the idea of a subscription box gives your customers a variety of products. And every month, it can potentially be something that's very new and something that's surprising, something that they weren't expecting. It could be a surprise box and they open up and they have a variety of stuff that maybe they weren't expecting to get or they weren't looking forward to getting. So you don't always have to spell out exactly what they're going to get if you wanted to do a more surprise style box. But if you create a spice box, it's actually going to give the customer something that they're going to use each month. And if you create it in a smaller size packaging, they're going to come back month after month because they'll end up using up those spices. So let's dive into those 10 really quick. So the first one right off the bat is packaging. This is going to be the most key as far as how much your box is going to weigh, how much the shipping is going to be, the style and look of your brand, and if you're going to create your own brand or simply just resell and bring together a handful of spices each month and surprise your customers with that. So the packaging. There's two ways to do it. You can either create your own, and you can create it either with the plastic containers, plastic bagging, plastic bags. You can do any type of other soft or loose bags. You can create something even with a metal can spices. It depends on what you look at. But in my opinion, the most cost-effective way to do that is if you're doing your own brand is to do them in bags, okay? Now, shakers and such, or even a light plastic shaker bottle. Because if you put 4 or 5 or even 6 of these together each month and you ship them out in your box, it's going to start weighing a lot. You want to keep your shipping down to a minimum where it's almost even something that you can put into a small flat rate ship box. So every month you know exactly how much that shipping is going to be. So if you get into something that's heavier like glass bottles or larger sets, that has a tendency to weigh the box down, and that can potentially eat up some of the margins when you begin to ship out 100 boxes a month, several hundred or even thousands of boxes a month. So try to keep the weight very minimal. Now, if you're doing your own private label branding, that's great. you can also start a spice business where you're purchasing and you're accumulating a handful of spices together and you're putting them in a box and you're shipping to your customers. That's another way to do it without having a lot of labor from your end and a lot of investment for packaging, labels, and everything that goes together as far as labor even to bring together that product in the file in to ship to your customer. So you can actually curate boxes by bringing together existing products or existing spices. That's always a great way to do it as well. And trust me, the market is so full of a variety of spices, it's easy to put together these boxes. Now, number 2 is shipping. What size of the box will you be using? Now, as I just mentioned, sometimes the flat rate route is always good because it's going to be relatively consistent across the board. You can ship it either in a bubble wrap mailer or even some of the flat rate boxes that are already out there. Try your best to actually minimize the size of the box and the weight because the shipping can have a huge impact on your bottom line. Number 3, what platform are you going to sell on? Believe it or not, you can actually create subscription boxes on eBay, Etsy, and even your own website. Really very simple. You need to determine which one's going to work best for you. Is it going to be a single purchase of 3 months in advance, 6 months in advance, or even 12 months in advance? We have several subscription boxes on Etsy that are in those increments. The customer has the ability to choose a 3-month prepaid plan, 6-month, or 12 months. And on our eBay store, the exact same thing as well. And these are for, of course, our candies and snacks. I don't necessarily sell spices on eBay or Etsy, but these types of incremental prepaid plans are great because they create a lot of revenue up front. And of course, on your own website. So if you do it on your own website, who are you going to use? Shopify, Weebly, GoDaddy, Wix, or even Cratejoy? Cratejoy is an amazing site. We actually started in November of last year on Cratejoy, and we generated nearly $3,000 in a matter of a month and a half for the holidays on just Cratejoy alone. Cratejoy, by the way, is kind of like the quote-unquote Amazon of subscription boxes. It's a platform similar to eBay and Etsy, but it's actually formatted in a way that is set up for repeated purchases and incremental every month purchases. So reoccurring purchases that come through Cratejoy, it's all preset on that platform. So for us, it's actually been a great one. We actually have this year, 2021, a handful of new subscriptions that we're going to add onto our Cratejoy store, but you can definitely still do it. Now, the best one that I like the most, if you're going to create your own website and do this, is actually going to be Shopify. The reason why is Shopify has an enormous amount of apps that allow you to integrate the reoccurring payment idea and concept into your platform, and it makes it very simple. So up to you, it's going to be determined if you're going to do it on Shopify and do it 1 month at a time, 3-month increments, 6 or even 12 months. We even had a handful of customers on Cratejoy this year that was able to purchase 12 months in advance, and they prepaid the entire year up front. Now, number 4, the monthly increments. Now, I touched on this just now a little bit about the platforms. It's very, 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 very important that you make sure that you spell out for your customer, they understand the incremental payments that they're going to incur. Is it going to be done at a month at a time, or 3 or 6 or 12, as I mentioned? But you make sure that you spell that out for the customers so they know that they're not going to reoccur another payment or incur another payment for another 3 months. So they're going to prepay up front, or maybe 30 days at a time, and it's only 1 month at a time, okay? So number 5, you want to set the shipping date. Now, this means that you have to specify to the customer who orders your spice mixes or spice blends that they know the time and frame that you're going to ship to them, okay? Is it going to be the first Monday of each month? Is it going to be the first week of the month? No specified day, but it's going to be the first week. For us, we actually mentioned that it's going to be the first week of each month, so it can be between the 1st and 7th. We put together the box and ship it to the customer. So make sure you spell that out so they know for sure when it's going to be shipped, so they know when it's going to be received, okay? Number 6, this is actually something that's really fun and can actually increase the amount of orders that you're going to get. And you can create a themed flavor box. A spice theme that's either around Italian food, maybe Latin food, maybe it's around Asian cuisine. That brings together a box that infuses spices that can be used for that month in that type of theme. So think about it, if you've got a handful of spices that could be Italian food or around Italian food, it could be around Asian food or Asian cuisine, and bringing together those things to customers, they truly love the idea because it's going to always every month be something new and fresh. So number 7, monthly price point. So Damien, if I put together a spice box business, what is really the profitable price point for it to be? Now, I can't tell you for sure that because you have to calculate your costs of the spices. Now, whether you're obviously making your own spice blends or if you're buying them and simply reselling them and bringing them together. Now, for us, the average customer purchases each month from us from our subscription business is between $24.99 and $29.99. That is something that varies and fluctuates, of course, depending on the product, but we have such a large variety of different subscription boxes available that seems to be the price point, the magic price point for us, that brings out the average. Now, some of them could be $50, $60, or even $80. Some could be even less. But for us, the margin has been around the $25 to $29.99 price point, and that makes us a really good margin when we start to sell our products. Now, everything that we obviously sell, we actually don't curate and bring together other people's products. We make them, but for us to make what we do, it's very, very inexpensive, so our margins are much, much higher. Number 8, this is the tricky one. This is all about shipping. Do you charge for shipping or do you offer free shipping? This is a question that most of my clients get, and they ask me whenever I do my consulting as well, do I charge for each transaction or not? That's kind of tricky. If you want to offer free shipping, then you may have to go up slightly on your price so you can absorb some of that fee as far as the shipping goes and you pass on the rest to your customer. Or you simply offer the product, let's say $29.99, and you simply offer that and give them a shipping fee that's a flat $8.99 every month. So that is something that you would be, again, charged for each transaction when they purchase a month or 3 month or 6 or 12 at a time. They're going to absorb that amount. Number 9, why use Shopify and Cratejoy? These are the two that I recommend the most. And as I mentioned about Shopify, they have a lot of apps. Cratejoy is a platform, as I mentioned before, but it has all of the features integrated on the platform. So you can literally open a store in a matter of even 2 to 3 days, putting together images and pictures and posting and creating your storefront, and everything is already there. Even the payment processor, the shipping, the calculating for shipping, buying the labels you can now do through Cratejoy as well. So that makes it very simple, easy for you to purchase the shipping label each month for every single box. That has amazing metrics and statistics and data that track all of your orders. And you can also do a lot of promotion and promoting within the actual platform itself. There's also social media icons on there. So once you create a listing, you can promote it on social media. Cratejoy and Shopify are fantastic. Now, of course, you can use any other platform, as I mentioned, the Wix or Weebly or even GoDaddy. That's fine. But the ones that we've had the most success on that even is also easy to work with are those two. Number 10, the final 10. This is number 10, and this is actually probably one of the most important parts of this idea. Sourcing. Where are you going to get your spices from? Now, can you source them from local stores in your neighborhood or around your community? Of course you could. If you wanted to go to a retail store, even hypothetically go to Walmart or Whole Foods, purchase some spices and then flip them and resell them, yes, you could do that. But keep in mind, if they go out of a certain spice or run low on a certain spice that month, you're going to need to find another source. I highly recommend that you find some sources online, but you need to have a minimum of 3. And the reason why I say 3 is that our own experience with this situation is that when we first started our bakery and candy business, a lot of our ingredients we were sourcing from only one person, one company, and that ran into a big problem because they started to get out of certain things, so we found a second one. I say 3 because you always should have a backup to your backup. And if you have a company that has spices and you're always looking to curate if you're going to resell what's already out there and not make your own, you want to make sure you have a variety of companies to pull from that's going to always bring you something new and exciting for your customers to use. So keep that in mind. Sourcing is ultra important. So these are the top 10 things to get a spice subscription business up and running and getting it started. And of course, it always takes hard work and of course dedication to make it work. But being online with food and starting to sell food online is only going to increase over the next decade at least. With everything that's going on in 2020 and then in 2021, we all know there's a lot more business that's being transacted online, and e-commerce food businesses are only going to continue to grow. So if that helps you out and give you some great ideas, as always, let us know down below. Give us a thumbs up. And if you have questions about creating a profitable spice business online and doing it through a subscription business, definitely let us know and we will get to it as soon as we can. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching Marketing Food Online. And if you are looking to create your own food truck, start a home-based food business under the cottage food law, franchise a food operation, start a packaged food business, private label your own food product, sell on Amazon, get your own online store, or sell food online. Remember to subscribe and check out these videos for more resources. Take care.